Hey everybody, this is Boyky Plays, and today I'll be rating every classic Sonic game on the tier list, and Sonic 4. I'm not including the 8-bit games though since I haven't played those. So, yeah, let's get started. The original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis. It was a pretty good game. Of course it doesn't have all the same features that Sonic games today have, but it was the first game, so what do you expect? Uh, Green Hill Zone was a really great level until they started using it too much, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Sonic 1 right here. Green Hill Zone is the best level in the game, but pretty much all the other levels are kind of slow, and the special stages aren't that great either. So for that, I'm gonna give it a B tier. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the game that gave us Tails and the Spin Dash. This game looks better than Sonic 1, plays better than Sonic 1 because of the Spin Dash, and you have Tails, so two people can play. Levels are better so that you can actually go fast and you don't have to keep jumping slowly and stuff. Sonic 2 gets an S tier. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, probably my favorite of the original Sonic games. This game, it had probably the first actual story for a Sonic game, more than just Robotnik finds emeralds, etc. Sonic 3, I really like the sprite, I like the levels, I like pretty much all of it. Sonic 3 gets an S tier. Sonic and Knuckles is basically Sonic 3 Part 2, which is actually what it is, not just basically. Uh, this game you can play as Knuckles, and it has new levels, which I'm not as fond of them as the ones in Sonic 3, but they're still fun. And Knuckles. So, for that, Sonic and Knuckles gets an A tier. Sonic 4 is not a good game, not Episode 1 at least. The graphics are kind of ugly, especially that ugly Motobug I just hit. And the physics are really bad. Momentum is pretty much non-existent, which is kind of a standard for some Sonic games now, but in this game it was like literally non-existent. You could stick on walls. Spider Sonic. One thing I will give this game though is does have the best version of the Sonic 1 special stages, since you can actually control where the screen goes. Besides that though, Sonic 4 is a D tier. Sonic 4 Episode 2 is a bit better than Episode 1. The physics still aren't the best, but they do feel a little bit better. Still no momentum though. But we do have Tails. And Sonic and Tails can also do these combination moves like roll into a ball or fly or swim. But yeah, it's much more fun than Episode 1. Still not the greatest though. So Sonic 4 Episode 2 gets a C tier. Sonic Mania. I think, personally, it's the best classic Sonic game. Most of its zones are reused, but the rest of the game makes up for that. The they actually remade the controls of the classic series perfectly, and all the levels are designed very well. Uh, and with Sonic Mania Plus, you get more characters and an extra mode. Though I'm not really talking about Plus, but even on its own, Sonic Mania is an S tier. Sonic Superstars is the newest game in the classic Sonic series, and it's a pretty good game. It controls just like the classics. It has good level design for the most part. Uh, and it's multiplayer, though that's not really the super great part about it, because the multiplayer can get kind of chaotic and someone's always going to get left behind. Um, the bosses are pretty long, except this one I'm showing you now, and overall it's just a pretty good game. I like the costumes that they added to it too, though that's DLC, so I won't really count that into the rating. Uh, but Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy played just how they should, so Sonic Superstars gets an A tier, mainly because of those long boss fights. Oh, you thought I forgot Sonic CD? Well, I did. Let's put it right here.